Good. Exciting to be here.
How does the season go 7 seasons, and then you got to do an additional one like this legacy thing, and then how does you have to come up with something to keep it going? So where do you get these ideas from?
Well, we've had a good ride, and it's like, why get off it? The new show is a bit of a reboot. It does follow the trail that's in the books. We have a lot of books that we can adapt, and so we're not going to run out of stories. So it's not, why not tell them? We have an amazing cast that delivers these stories, and I hope it goes on and on, but we'll see.
Are we going to have any Lincoln lawyer visits?
It's tough because in Hollywood, there's different networks that have different rights to my stories, but it is a key story to Harry Bosch, so we kind of have a nod to it in the new show, in the first season of the new show.
Because he is a half brother.
Yeah, and so that was a dilemma for both shows. I was working on a Lincoln Lawyer for Netflix, and this for Freevee, and I think we solved it. We have this is a bit of a spoiler, but we have a flashback scene where Harry Bosch, played by his son, visits his father and sees his half brother. We don't use any names. We don't violate any contract or rights situation. But if you're a follower of the books, we'll have that reference, which I think was important.
Is Bosch a PI first, then a detective?
We've deviated a little bit from the book where he actually has an office. So people can come in and hire him. They just haven't done it yet. So he's kind of, like in the books, kind of manufacturing his own cases and following his own pursuits. So he's the privatest of private eyes, I guess is a way to describe him.
Right, like I don't work for you.
Yeah. And people don't want him working for them. So it's an interesting setup, and I think it can go for a while.
So being a PI, does this give him more liberties and less responsibilities?
Yeah, and he is not held to the code of conduct that he was as a police detective, and so literally the first scene where we see him in the show, he's doing something wrong but for the right reason. So he's breaking a law, but he's doing it for the right reason, and that's what's going to kind of govern him as he goes along in this new role.
Here's my last question. Usually a spin-off takes a character or two that are not as popular, but this spin-off or this new series, it has the main guy in it and a lot of the same people. So it's not really a spin-off. Should it be called something else? Is that why it's called Legacy?
I guess so. I don't know. Those are Hollywood terms. To me, it's an extension, but we have changed things a bit. So not only do we get the lead character, but we have elevated his daughter and Money Chandler, played by Mimi Rogers, and so it's really a triumvirate now as opposed to a single lead.
Great talking to you, man. No fan of your writing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.